King Abdullah II of Jordan meets with community leaders in Wadi. Princess Aiko of Japan begins her first day of work at the JRCS in Tokyo. And royals from around Europe celebrate Easter Sunday. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Monday, April 1st, 2024. On Sunday in Windsor, Their Majesties, King Charles III and Queen Camilla of the United Kingdom, Their Royal Highnesses the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, James, Earl of Wessex, Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, the Duke of York, and Sarah, Duchess of York, attended Easter Sunday service at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Unfortunately, and understandably, the Royal Highnesses the Prince and Princess of Wales, along with their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, did not attend Easter service. Instead, the family decided to spend Easter Sunday privately in Norfolk. After the service, Their Majesties participated in an impromptu walkabout, meeting with hundreds of people who came out to wish the king well. This is the first major public appearance, hence meeting with the public, shaking hands face-to-face, since the king's cancer diagnosis. At this time, it is unknown when we will see the king participating in a public event with other members of the royal family. In Aarhus, Her Majesty, Queen Margrethe of Denmark, who spent Holy Week at Marselisborg Slot, attended Easter Sunday service at Aarhus Cathedral. Meanwhile, Their Majesties, King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia of Sweden, took to social media to wish everyone a very happy Easter from Jämtland. In Monacoville, Her Royal Highness, Princess Caroline of Hanover, Mrs. Charlotte Kazaragi Rassam, and her youngest son, Balthazar Rassam, attended Pontifical Mass for the Holy Day of Easter, led by Archbishop Dominique Marie David at the Cathédrale de Monaco. Princess Caroline's grandson, Raphael, the eldest son of Mrs. Charlotte Kazaragi Rassam, participated in yesterday's Mass as an altar boy. Their Royal Highnesses, Prince Charles and Princess Camilla of Bourbon-Two Sicilies, Her Royal Highness, Princess Maria Carolina of Bourbon-Two Sicilies, Her Royal Highness, Princess Maria Chiara of Bourbon-Two Sicilies, and Miss Edie Vessel, the mother of Princess Camilla, celebrated Easter Sunday at their home. In her social media post, Princess Maria Carolina wrote, quote, "Decorating the table with our grandmother for a festive Easter lunch celebration," end quote. Their grandmother is so sweet. She's a famous Italian actress. She starred in the 1961 film, The Thief of Baghdad. She's really sweet. This morning, Her Imperial Highness, Princess Aiko of Japan, began her first day at work as a contract employee in the Youth and Volunteers Department at the Japanese Red Cross Society in Tokyo. 10 minutes before 10 a.m., the 22-year-old princess, who was the only child of their Imperial Majesties, Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako of Japan, spoke with the media, stating, quote, "I feel joyful, but also humbled to be taking my first step as a working member of society. While my days as a working member of society have just begun, I will endeavor to quickly adjust to the workplace and be of assistance to everyone," end quote. Meanwhile, the Imperial Household Agency finally launched its official verified Instagram account this morning. In an IHA press release, the agency noted that they want the public to have a, quote, "better understanding of the family's official duties," and that Instagram was chosen because of its popularity among the youth, end quote. Prior to recording this episode, the IHA had more than 357,000 followers. If you would like to follow the IHA on Instagram, I will leave a link to their official page in the description box below. In Muscat, His Highness Saeed Bilarad bin Haytham Al Saeed of Oman, as honorary chairman of the Promising Omani Startups Program, chaired the first meeting of the Supervisory Committee of the Promising Omani Startups Program for the year 2024. According to a press release from the Royal Court of Oman, during the meeting, the committee discussed the initiatives, quote, implemented during the year 2023 with the aim of continuing to stimulate, support, and empower the startup sector. The committee also discussed the launch of a venture capital fund under the umbrella of the Oman Future Fund to enable the creative ideas of innovators and owners of startup companies and attract investors to provide financial support and stimulate technology-based companies and expand their services within the Sultanate of Oman. End quote. This morning in Oman, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan held a phone meeting with His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain. According to the Royal Hashemite Court, the conversation covered a variety of topics, including the strong historical ties between the Kingdom of Jordan and the Kingdom of Spain, and their eagerness to bolster the strong ties across various fields, as well as the, quote, deteriorating conditions in Gaza, end quote. And finally, on Sunday afternoon, the King, accompanied by the Director of the Office of His Majesty, the Advisor of His Majesty for Tribal Affairs, and the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Jordan, arrived in Wadi Rum to meet with local community leaders and leading figures in the southern Badia region of Jordan. Sunday's visit is a part of the King's tours to the governorates and Badia areas in the kingdom on the occasion of the Silver Jubilee year. During the meeting, the King spoke about the beauty and historic sites in the southern Badia region, noting that the, quote, sunsets in the Wadi Rum are like no other in the world, and that the area has become an international tourist attraction, end quote. Just on a side note, that's very true. Wadi Rum, Petra, oh my goodness gracious. Stunning. Many well-known films, such as Lawrence of Arabia, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, The Martian, and most recently the Dune films, were shot on location in Wadi Rum. I love Jordan. I really do. It's such a fantastic place. Anyway, during the meeting, community leaders and leading figures highlighted the achievements under the King's leadership over the past 25 years in political, administrative, tourism, and agricultural sectors, as well as in the Jordan Armed Forces Arab Army. After the meeting, the King joined the community leaders and leading figures for iftar, the breaking of the fast, and performed the Maghrib prayer. The Royal Hashemite Court also noted that there was a, quote, poetry and a traditional as-Samar performance, end quote. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, April 2nd, with all the latest royal news and events, including His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway's visit to the Norwegian Confederation of Business and Industry in Oslo, and King Felipe VI of Spain's attendance at a ceremony in Madrid, and so much more. So, I hope you all will join me on Tuesday. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.